Welcome back to the dojo. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting my channel, everybody who's been leaving a like, sharing the videos, watching them for more than 7 minutes. You know what I mean? I need to get my retention time up. Maybe I need to be more interesting or do more wild shit, or maybe I need to put Subway Surfing at the top and at the bottom of the video. Either way, I want you guys to know that I appreciate y'all for clicking on the videos, watching the videos, sharing, commenting, all that. I appreciate all that. It means a lot to me, and it really helps the channel grow. So, topic of discussion for today is the importance of a question. The importance of a question. It may seem simple what I'm talking about today, but I want to highlight the importance of questions and also asking them. Now, I don't have anything on hand but my phone, and because it's recording right now, I don't want to disrupt the recording by trying to Google search something. So we're gonna wing this thing. They don't call me Hawk for nothing. So look, right at the base level of importance when it comes to a question, the purpose of a question is to obtain information that is valuable, maybe only to the asker. The one who's asking the question finds value in the information that they hope to obtain by asking said question. Don't really seem too complicated. Don't really seem too hard to understand. Right? But the reality is, our generation, our world, our civilization doesn't value questions enough. What you mean, Hawk Sensei? I got you. I got you. That's why we do these daily discussions. So I can discuss things and explain things at length so you have a better understanding. That's what this whole thing is about. When you have something that you want to understand, and no matter what you do, you just can't find the answer. This may not be relative to academics. This may be trying to understand a significant other or a friend, a loved one. Questions are extremely valuable. I'm going to give you a quote from one of my favorite animes. It's from Naruto. And during the Chunin exam arc, when they were in the classroom studying, well, not studying, they were taking a test. He was in the classroom taking the test. At the end of it, the proctor of the exam was telling all the young shinobi that misinformation can be worse than no information at all. What he really saying right there? What he's saying is, having the wrong information, the wrong intel, the wrong idea about something could possibly prove fatal, as opposed to not having any information when you've got to do the reconnaissance and the sleuth work yourself, when you've got to do the detective work and gather the intel on your own. You know what I mean? That information would be much more reliable than just trusting someone, just on some trust me bro type nonsense. Right? I say this and give you that quote because you should ask more questions. Even if somebody may not want to outright directly answer your question, you can at least gauge or gain a better understanding or perspective as to why they're trying to withhold information, you know what I mean? Or why they don't want to, why are they trying to hide this? What do they have to hide? You know what I mean? Why don't they want me to know? This doesn't seem like something threatening or something heinous, or why? Why do they want to hide this information from me? Probably because it's none of my business. Could possibly be that. But ultimately, when you ask questions, when you ask other people questions, you gotta ask them in the right way to get the information that you want. You gotta ask them in the right way. What's an example? Should I give you an example? Sure. Why not? That's why we're here. We're here to learn. So, I'm gonna give you a wrong example, excuse me, and a right example of asking a question. Let's see. What's a good question? Any question that isn't rhetorical, I would presume, is a good question. Or a question that makes you think. Let's see. What's a good example? Okay. You go to a fast food restaurant. They get your order incorrect, or they didn't give you the condiments that you wanted. All right? You want some more ketchup. They didn't give you any ketchup in your bag. The wrong way to ask for more ketchup would be, why the fuck didn't y'all put ketchup in my bag when I asked y'all for ketchup? That's wrong. Especially when you're dealing with food. Now, you already got your meal or whatever, but they gonna remember your face, right? This don't have to be a fast food place. This could be a restaurant or something. You know what I mean? They remember your face. You ask the waitress to bring out a bottle of ketchup, she ain't bring it, whatever, blah blah, and you act like that, right? If they want to spit in your food or do whatever to it, you deserve all that. You gotta be careful and very what's the word? You should always be respectful for anybody that's dealing with your food or something you're gonna eat, right? The right way to ask that question would be, I had, pardon me, man, I had asked for some ketchup. I didn't get any ketchup. Could I please have some ketchup? And I'm sure, unless they're having a shitty day, they'll oblige. They'll say, sure, I'll be right back with your ketchup. There you go. Right way and the wrong way to ask a question. All right. That wasn't a example that dealt with information. That was a more so a request. All right. I don't feel like listening to a million examples. I gotta get to the core of the importance of a question. I've been rambling a little bit too long, right? When you get in the habit of asking more questions, you become less judgmental. Why is it good to be less judgmental? Because being judgmental is bad, because you can a lot of times judge incorrectly. Judging incorrectly is almost the same as having misinformation. You don't have the whole story. You don't even understand what's going on. You think you do, but you do not. Right? That's like saying, I'm gonna walk over this board that's sitting on the ground. It says that it's safe to do it, and I'm gonna trust that. You walk on this board, you fall 10 feet through the ground. You could have walked around it. Regardless if it say it's safe. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to ask yourself questions. Should I walk on this board or should I walk around it? You know what I mean? A better example would be if you saw some boo-boo on the ground, some dog shit on the ground, and you walk right into it. Why would you do that? Walk around it, right? When you ask questions, you're more likely to get the right perspective. And in turn, you can make the right moves and progress the right way, right? If you don't ask questions, usually that's a telltale sign that you're not very smart. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but an inquisitive mind wants to know. If you don't want to know, that means you think you already do, or it doesn't matter if you know or not. Either way, that's not a good way to be. You should ask more questions so you can gain more and better understanding. Like I've always told you guys, understanding is a wellspring of life, right? The real importance of a question is to better oneself. The real importance of a question is to save yourself time, energy, headache, and heartache. The real importance of a question is to understand what you do not know. The real importance of a question is to be Christ-like. I say all these things because a question is really a bridge to like the next land, right? You got two land masses, and in the middle you have a bridge, right? That question bridges your lack of understanding to a place of understanding, right? You walk to this edge of this cliff and you can go no further because this cliff that you're standing on is a cliff of knowledge and understanding. When you gain more perspective and more understanding, you can continue on with your journey. You can continue forward. You can rise higher, right? Just try doing it. Ask more questions. You may have an idea about something, or you may think you're right about something. You may come to find out that asking a question will show you that you're wrong. Wouldn't it be better to ask a question first and quietly inside say to yourself, oh damn, I was wrong. I'm glad I asked that. Now I don't gotta look stupid in front of everybody, right? Or just blurt out saying, yeah, this is exactly how it goes. And be like, no, that's not it. Now you look stupid. Now you don't look like you know what you're talking about. Asking questions can also save you from embarrassment. Yes, yes. We've all been to school, you know. The teacher wants you to ask questions so they can understand what you missed. They can help you get back up to speed. They can help you get to a place of understanding that everybody else has, right? But if you don't ask any questions, the teacher's just going to assume that everybody knows what was just said. And then when the tests come back to the teacher and they grade them, they be like, okay, nobody really knew what I was talking about because no one asked any questions, right? Like I was telling y'all before in the other video, I think it was buzzwords, when I was talking about it's dangerous to associate with ignorant and foolish people. You know what I'm saying? For that reason alone, you want to center yourself around people who want to know more and want to grow and improve and reach for new heights, right? You got to be around more inquisitive minds. It'll rub off on you. You know what I mean? But if you're fine where you at, you don't think you need to ask questions, you think you got it all figured out, keep on going. You will be humbled shortly thereafter. That's another thing. Asking questions allows you to maintain a sense of humility, right? If you ask a question before just throwing out a statement, people may be more inclined to respect you. Again, depending on how you ask that question, right? If you're not sure, ask a question. If you are sure, still ask a question. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. to gain more understanding and more knowledge. All right. Girl, you like? Ask her a question. Flat out, you like me? You think I'm attractive? I asked the girl that before. You find me attractive? She said, yeah. Ask a question, right? Ask the questions. The questions that are really in your mind and your heart, start asking them. Start asking them. The things you want to know, ask that question. Don't be afraid. Be more bold. Be more open. Be more ready to experience life. And the person who truly experiences life is the curious mind, the one who experiments, the one who adventures, the one who takes the time to figure out what makes things tick and how they work. So, if you want to improve yourself, improve your mind by asking more questions. Ask more questions. And see if you don't feel like you've gained more insight, more intellect, and you can, articulate better and understand more. Remember, I was telling y'all about the golf ball size perspective versus the basketball size perspective? The more questions you ask, the bigger your perspective becomes. This is the whole and true importance of questions. You should ask more questions so you can gain more understanding. You'll be a much more reliable person when you're well read and you can articulate and you can understand things by simply asking questions. Try it out. See what you get. Professor Hawk is signing out. Hawk Sensei bids you adieu. Class is dismissed. Take care, guys. Let's expand. Let's grow. Let's go.